So, today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the VEVOR pottery wheel. So a representative of VEVOR reached out to me and asked me to do a review. They were going to send me the wheel for me to try out and for me to do a video. Now I said that I would only do it if I could be 100% honest with my review, and they said absolutely that would be fine because I am not going to mislead my audience in any way, shape, or form. So they sent me the wheel. I am going to go right from unboxing, and I'm going to throw some pieces on it, and I'm going to give you my honest feedback on this pottery wheel. I know a lot of you are new to pottery. You're building a studio, you may be working, going to take classes, and then you're passionate and you really want to practice. Or maybe you can't get into a class. You had a class and you can't get back into a class. And then for the hand builders. So a lot of you guys are hand builders. And I thought, well, maybe this might be a viable option for speeding up adding, wax to the bottom or foot rings on your pots. I was just trying to think out of the box as to how this would be actually something that might be useful to everybody. I'm going to be weighing the pros and cons, and you're going to see it all in real time. Take some time. It says no knife, but I'm just not going to go deep. One thing, they did send it super quick, so there was a lot of back and forth communication with the representative, and I only decided on Monday and I got it Wednesday, so they were extremely quick. I'm going to have links below for the wheel, and they're country specific links, and you will be able to, if you enter a certain code, which I will leave there as well, you'll get a 5% discount on an already budget machine, and I also receive a commission, 5% commission on any purchases used by that link. However, that is not at all going to sway my review on the wheel, because again, I find my word is far more important than commission. But I just wanted to let you know that they are affiliate links. So I'm going to give you my my opinions. All right, so it comes with some different machines here, options and so forth. I believe I'm getting this machine in the box. I think this is the one I'm getting, and it says that it's got 25 centimeter diameter for the wheel head, the turntable, and I believe the speed, the RPM, is 300 RPM per minute. So not bad. We'll see how it goes. Okay. If I can get it out of the box like this. Maybe I should have done this on the floor. Okay. It's a small machine. I can see that already. It's quite small. Let me get it out of. It's much smaller than my wheel, and it's much lighter than my wheel because I could not do this with my wheel. Hell no, my wheel is like the Brent C, which is my wheel. Is quite heavy. Comes with a little splash pan. Comes with a So I can already tell it's pretty tiny. It's a very small wheel, and sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's small compared to what I'm used to. It's metal. Don't know what kind of metal. Don't know if it's going to rust over time or not. Not sure about that. But you can see here she's got different switches. So there is a forward, It's forward and reverse, and it says open and close, so I'm guessing that's on and off, and it looks like a reset button. So this is the wheel. Like I said, she's tiny. Kind of low, there's no, the legs are pretty short. So I would not be using this on the floor, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm going to use this, because even though I'm short, I can't use it here, it's too high, and I will definitely not be able to use it on the floor. Okay, so I rigged up a little something here. You know, I could probably put it up on concrete blocks, but I don't have them. So I just wanted to do this test with kind of the things that I have, and then either figure out a more permanent solution to maybe using this. So I have this old, it was like a side table, and I put 2 pieces of plywood. I've pretty much centered the wheel on the plywood. The plywood is centered on the table. So it's pretty stable from that standpoint. I don't think I should have an issue. So the wheel is quite small, and there is a texture to the wheel. You can hear it. A long play record with all the little grooves that your, you know, the needle would play into. It's almost like that. That's what it reminds me of. Is this would be like a 78. There you go. I never owned a 78, but a 78 is not the 24-inch or the what was it called now? Hang on. The one with that little yellow center. It was a 45, sorry, not a 45 and not the LP. There was a 78, and I think that was even before my times. But yes, we had 8-track tapes, and records. To the wheel, you can hear it. I got the splash pan together. I was a little cautious when I was trying to do it, because I thought it feels a little bit like a plastic that could crack, but it just required a little extra force, and it clipped together quite well, so that's good. But yeah, there's texture to this, which I'm not used to. My wheel doesn't have that, and it has a much smaller wheel than I'm used to. So again, we'll have to try that. It comes with a little foot pedal, and it's plastic. But again, this is a budget machine, right? So it's something that I cannot expect it to have, like, you know, a metal integrated plate, you know, wheel, but it's got the foot pedal. I'm going to just use it as a side. Oh, it reaches. I can try it as a foot pedal. There's really not a lot of room on the deck here at all for what I'm accustomed to. So I'm going to put my water, well, maybe let's see if will my water fit? Ah, it fits. Snug. I'm going to put it on this side. You know, it would be nice if there was a lip here along the edge to catch water, because I just see water trailing down, and instead of being trapped on the actual table. Maybe, you know what, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to put my water to the side, and I'll work from that. So there's a few little modifications. It might feel a little awkward for me, but I will feel my way through it. And let's turn it on. Forward and on. Let's see. That's got an interesting sound. Well, in reverse, let's see. That's full speed. It's responsive. Let's try to do it slow. All right, let's get some clay and I will throw. So 1 pound of clay. It's not slowing down when I'm applying pressure, which is good. Is remaining steady in the speed. This is full speed. I got it on full speed right now. Just centering slowly. And normally I throw sitting down, so this is a little bit more elevated than I'm used to, so it's a different position for me to be centering. But it centered 1 pound of clay quite nicely. I'm impressed. Opening up okay. The wheel head is very small. I am accustomed to a 14-inch wheel head, but you know, throwing mugs or cups or smaller pieces so far, yeah, no, why not? Okay, let's go with our first pull. Standing up on the throw. I've kind of been thinking about doing that with my brushes, putting it up on bricks, but so I can throw standing. But some of this little machine is doing all right. Like, you know what? The wobble is me. That's my fault, not the wheel's fault. Oh. That told me. Let's see. Doesn't sound so good. Ooh, at a slow pace. It's keeping up. Don't know if you can hear that. Doesn't seem to like going at this lower speed. All right, I need that's going to give me a little room for a foot. All right, well, that's 1 pound. She did okay. 1 pound did all right. So let's try something a bit heavier and see how we do. As you can see, I use a fair bit of water when I'm centering, and you'll also notice a little later on I'm constantly mopping up my splash pan. I just didn't know how waterproof it was going to be, and I didn't really want the water to, if it was going to leak, to then, you know, travel down the sides of the table. I did discover that it did hold the water, and it was actually okay. But at the time when I was throwing, I didn't know. So you'll see me going in and actually mopping up the splash pan a fair bit. I don't typically do that with my regular wheel, and but I just did it when I was throwing today. But it's keeping up. If anybody has one of these machines, please comment below and, you know, input your feedback on, you know, maybe the longevity or whatnot. You know, if I were throwing on it all day, I'm curious how it would stand up, if you'd have to give the motor a break. But I mean, like I said, if you're practicing, oh my God, so far this would be amazing. This would be great if you are learning or practicing. You know, trying to want to up your game with like practicing centering and throwing, or as a second wheel. Like, I'm going to see how it trims. You know, it could be my trimming wheel, and I don't have to always reconfigure my other wheel for it. But I am liking it. I like it. I do. I think this is a great little wheel. You can see this is not really stationary. I think I could just spin it around, right around. Splash pan is kind of high for the wheel head, the ratio. So it's a little trickier getting underneath. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. Whoa, missed that again. This little bowl. Oh. 4 pounds. So this is really taking the full force of me, you know, centering this piece, putting a fair bit of upper body weight on it. So that I'm very impressed with that. And this is 4 pounds of clay. Guys, I think this is a good little starter wheel. I really do. You know, like I said, I don't know how long it will last. I know I've said that before. I'm not sure. Again, longevity standpoint, no clue. You know, anybody who has one, comment below. You know, give me a little, because people read the comments, and you know, it might give a little bit of extra feedback. But honestly, from my first impressions, it's a great little wheel. You know, I'm thinking even like, you know, you're going to an event or something, because it's a lot easier to carry. You know, if you were going to do like demonstration, your work, maybe doing a market or something like that, and you want to bring a wheel and do demos, this would be much lighter to carry around than, let's just say, a Brent C or something, because they're much heavier, much sturdier. But this would be a great little wheel to like to bring around somewhere. It's doing 1 pound, 4 pounds to 2. Like it will work for most production pieces. Like I can't, you know, so for that, you know, or for starter pieces, you could actually do a little side hustle, you know, with this. I would like to see how it will do if I were like to sit and just throw, you know, 20 or 30 mugs straight and see what happens. If the motor would keep up, or, but guys, she's doing all right. You know, I am very, very impressed. They've done a good job. So again, this is the VEVOR wheel, and I don't even think, what is this? I will, again, in the link below, I'll have a link for a variety of different countries, and if you're looking for a wheel that, you know, you can practice on, or like even for myself, I might even just do like my trimming on it. I don't think my Giff and Grip will fit in here. I think squat is too small. No, it won't. You know what? I would have to readjust my whole Giff and Grip, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's just do some finessing on this little piece here. And I do this. I finesse my pots. I like to add or create shape on the wheel. I typically do remove a lot of my slip off of my pieces on the wheel. And when I trim my pieces, I typically burnish them as well. I just wanted to do something where I'm really showing how this wheel works, so at different speeds, different weights, so that you can you know, judge for yourself. But this one, honestly, I have to say, I am impressed for something that's a couple of $100. And again, you get 5% off. It's a good little starter wheel, honestly. Sarah approved. I'm gonna have to throw the lid, I think, on. Oh, no, maybe I will. I'll try throwing it on here. Okay. Let's get the water on the bottom. Okay. That's a nice little jug. I think I'm going to use my wiggle wire. Let's see how responsive it's going to be. Okay. Well, the wiggle wire, if you turn your wheel while you are pulling it through, it leaves a nice shape on the bottom. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up, and I think it's perfect for someone who is looking for an alternative to investing in you know, more of a top of the line type of pottery wheel. And I think it's a great way to dabble or get your feet wet and see how committed you are to this amazing craft. Again, I have links in the description for various countries, and I'm going to put the country flag beside each country, so that'll help you to identify which link to use for your corresponding country. And the links are affiliate links, so I do get a small commission. I think it's 5%. And again, I'm not doing this for the money. I honestly just thought I wanted to create an option for so many of you who have told me that you are, you know, new to this craft and are just taking classes and thoroughly enjoying it. And I thought, wow, because I know how I felt when I first started. All I did was eat, sleep, and, you know, I would be on my commuter train watching YouTube videos, and all I wanted to do was practice. I wanted a wheel. I wanted a wheel so I could practice throwing at home, and I did. I bought it after, what, 4 months. So April, and by August I had bought my wheel. And you know, right now my wheel, to buy it brand new in Canada, it's $3,200 plus taxes. So it's not cheap. It's gonna last like a lifetime. So I cannot see this thing, you know what I mean? And you can repair it if need be. So, but they have the longevity. This little guy, I'm not sure. I don't know how long it will last. But you know what? Who cares? It's you know, like in Canada, I think it's around $200, something like that, $250, and in the States it'll be probably less than that. So it's a no-brainer. I think if you're considering, you know, buying a wheel, and you may not have a lot of disposable income, this is a good buy. I was able to throw 1 pound easily, centered perfectly. 2 pound, no problem. 4 pounds, again, no problem. So, and I trimmed brilliantly. I have to say that I think this is a great little wheel. It really is. It's perfect for a beginner. I think it's perfect for someone who, you know, wants to set up a home studio and be able to throw a little bit on the side for a side hustle. I think it's a great wheel for someone who maybe is a hand builder, and wants, you know, something, a wheel that they can either dabble in, help them when they're applying, you know, foot ring on a plate or on a bowl or something, it would be, or, you know, instead of using the banding wheel, they could use this wheel. So there are some definite uses that I think would be really great for this. You know, if you had a classroom, I think you could, you know, have a few of these in your studio for beginners to work on. I think that it's a great, like a little splash pan that is a it's an interesting plastic. It's a little bit rickety, so I think that would be, you can get used to it. Nothing is going to stop me. I got used to the fact that it moves around. It held the water inside, which is great. It's got a small wheel head, which I think it's just getting used to. I'm used to a bigger wheel. You could easily drill for bat pins, but the wheel head is so small for this particular model. If it had a 14-inch wheel head, then you could use the bat systems that I'm accustomed to. But you know what? You can throw on the actual wheel head itself and just use a cutoff wire, so that works. You could attach a bat with by using clay, and so that's an option as well if you want to use a bat. So, but I think it's a great little wheel. The fact that this is metal, I don't know with all the water if they're going to have a problem down the road, if it's going to rust or not. Not sure. I don't know what kind of metal it is. And so this might have been better if this had been a plastic, like a heavy-duty plastic over the metal. And I think if anything, that the foot pedal could have been metal rather than the plastic. So almost like a vice versa. Another thing I would like to see on something like this or on a wheel is if it had a lip here, so that when water does splash over, it's not going to just run down and into maybe, I don't know, the electrics, whatever. You know, it's just, I find usually, like my Brent has just like a little ring that holds the water on the actual the bench here, the table. So it's short, so I don't know who would be using this on the ground. Like it would be nice to have some sort of wheel or leg, be able to raise the wheel up to a regular height wheel. But I MacGyvered this onto a table and it worked. So not bad. I was happy with that, and I actually quite enjoyed throwing standing up. It's the first time I've ever done that, actually. I've considered doing that with my wheel, is raising it up, and then just never got around to it. So I quite liked it. It actually didn't hurt my, you know, my back. I enjoyed that. So lots of different, you know, pluses with this little guy. I think it would be great for portability if ever in the summertime I decided I wanted to be outside or in my garage, for instance, and throwing rather than down in the basement on a nice day. I could easily bring this upstairs. It's not that heavy. Whereas my production wheel here it's very heavy, and I would need another person to help me move that upstairs. So if I were going to a show or something and I wanted to do a demonstration, absolutely, this would be great to pull out and do a little demo on. And again, if it lasted you a year or two, you would have gotten so much better in that year or two just by being able to throw on a regular basis at your leisure. So it will have paid itself off in that case. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, as always, down below, I will answer all your questions. And I thoroughly enjoyed having you in my home, and I enjoyed doing this review. This was a great fun. Until next time, take care. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free. Come on now. Who doesn't like free? And don't forget to like it. It means the world to me. And while you're at it, don't be shy. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching.